welcome back. It's been a while since I've done my last video. The reason for that is because I haven't been able to get out and camp really as much as I wanted with the summer. The heat has been so bad, resulting in more bugs than normal, but it's cooled down a bit, so I thought I'd get out on a solo camp tonight. I've brought a few luxuries out with me because I'm not miles away from the car. So I've brought out my lantern, and I've just got a new rasp. So I brought this out to work on a bone that I found in a cliff face. And what I've done is I've got a mate to cut it in half to make two bits, but there was a bit on here and a bit on the end, but it was quite thick, so I thought this would make a really nice bone blade. But originally I was going to use rock to grind the away and shape it into a blade, but I couldn't find a rough enough rock for that really, so I ended up purchasing a hoof rasp, and I'll just kind of wear that away into a blade. That's tonight's project anyway. And the other day I found a skull, but I don't know what it was. I wasn't too sure, and but it wasn't really intact, so I just took the teeth out of it. I don't know if anyone can tell me what it was by just looking at the teeth. Obviously that bit went up into the gum, but yeah, I'm going to keep these and make something out of them, like a jewellery or something. So yeah, that's the plan tonight, just a solo camp, a few beers, brought some food out to cook. I'm not going to do a fire tonight because obviously we haven't had much rain. We've only had sprinkles, a bit of rain, so I'm not going to be oh, I thought I saw a deer then. Yeah, so I'm not going to be risking the ground yet. I think it'd be quite stupid to do that, so I'm just going to be having a gas stove I brought with me and a frying pan and just do some sausages and that tonight. Also got some other junk food with me and a few beers. So hopefully it'll be a good one tonight. Working on a few projects and just getting back out really. So hope you enjoy it, guys. So as you can see, just grind it into a point really. I'm using this Farrier's rough, which is a hoof rasp for a horse, and just grind it into a rough shape of a blade at the moment. So but I'm doing controlled grinds really, because this is very sharp. I don't really want to cut myself, so I'm just doing it slowly. I'm just getting a good pressure on it. And then I'll just take the other side. Bang that off a little bit, get the dust. And it kind of goes into a point, so you just need to work on both sides at the same time. So do a bit on the left, then change it round. Now I've got a basic knife shape. I'm just getting this and making movements like that instead of just going down and up. So how it's coming on so far. Obviously that'll be sharper, but I don't want to make it too sharp just yet because I'm still working with it. But that's going to be the blade, and then I'm going to be using an antler for a handle, and then I'm going to use pine pitch and some sinew to bind it all together. So I've just changed over to the smoother side. I've got to try and show you. I've got to this shape. Now just filling it out a bit and more perfecting the blade shape. I'm not taking a lot off each time, I'm just going a little bit and then I'm checking it because I don't want to go too far and it goes, I can't bring it back, so just do it so it looks more even on each side, and then still need to thin it out a little bit on this bit. So there's the blade coming along, and then I'm going to flatten this a little bit more. What I want is that thin, then it goes a fatter and a little bit more thinner here, and then the handle. But yeah, that's how it is at the moment. So, as you can tell on here, what I've done, hopefully, is I've gone thin, a bit wider on here in the middle bit, and now it's kind of tapered into there a bit more. But obviously I do need to refine it a little bit, make the blade a bit sharper, and then go from there. But I'm going to make it all smooth, a bit more sharper on the edges and here, and then round this a little bit off so don't cut on into the sinew and stuff, and flatten that a little bit more. So I thought I'd quickly show you my setup before it gets too dark. I've got a new setup today. I haven't tried it out. A friend recommended a hammock. I've never slept in a hammock before, so this is going to be the first night. I have tried the hammock out before, just on a little day hike and that. So I'll spin you around, show you the setup, and I'll show you what I'm rolling with today. So I've got the normal DD tarp up here. That's what I take on every trip in the woods. And I've got this new hammock. It's by Covacure. Let's have a look. It's quite a wide hammock, quite a long one as well. And then inside, I'm going for a little bit different today. I've got the normal pad because I'm not too sure if I'm going to get the underquilt yet. So, but instead of a sleeping bag, because it's quite hot, I've gone with just a wool blanket tonight. So, see how that plays out tonight. It shouldn't be too cold because the temperatures, it doesn't drop down too low. so that should be okay. Not having a fire tonight. I've got my, where is it? Got my lantern and my little chair. So I'm going to be working on a few projects, like finalise that knife that I've done. Have something to eat. I'm not having a fire, like I said, so I'm just using a gas canister for my food, and then obviously I've got a little light above near the top, and I've got the oil lamp there as well, so should be plenty of light I need. I've got a few beers as well. Yeah, so I'm just going to enjoy the evening as much light as possible, because it is 7:30, so I don't think it's going to be much more light because we're behind the trees. So, but yeah, it should be a nice relaxing one. I thought it was time to open one of the cans. I went to Aldi and I picked up a few tins that I like. This one's a Oscar cherry and raspberry premium cider. I really like this cider, so not too keen on the watermelon one, but just hearing a deer bark, and it was going on for ages. Just listening to that, so that was really nice. But the flies and that are out in force tonight, and because I ain't got a fire, they're going to be around for a while. But it's really warm still. I'm sweating, and haven't really done too much since I've set up and that. But the only thing I did do is I did file this a little bit more, and I've made some little grooves on the sides here with a file as well, and then I've sharpened the point, so that's quite sharp. It could be a little bit sharper, but it's only a decoration piece for my place. I'm not going to be really using it, so, but I thought it looks really cool so far. And the handle's going to be antler or a special kind of wood that I find, not too sure, probably antler hopefully, and then pine pitch and sinew like I've mentioned before. So really happy with how it turned out. First time carving or shaping bone, so and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the bone after a night finding that bone in the cliff. So thanks to Tom for cutting it down half for me with his, I think it's a jigsaw he used, so really grateful for that, Tom. Cheers, mate. And this Farrier's rasp I'm using, it's a really good tool. Obviously you can use rock and that. If you were in a survival situation and you needed to make a little knife and that, you could use rough rock and that, but I don't want to be, you know, I'm not in a survival situation. I would like to do a primitive version of something like this, but it's all time and that. If you've got a lot of time and stuff like that, then why not do it on a rock and that? But it took quite a long time doing it on this, to be honest with you. So and this is quite cheap, so I got this for about 12 quid I think I paid. So you know, it is really quite heavy, so you're not going to be walking miles, but you wouldn't be taking this out into, you know, middle of Scotland or something like that. This is just something to do in your local woods or something. So, you know, it's definitely going to help with my bow building. I don't think I've told you guys, I made my own bow. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have already seen the survival bow, but from making that, I can tell where I went wrong and stuff like that. That was my first bow, really good bow for a survival bow, but I want to make a more self bow, flat bow maybe. So this would come in handy, maybe a little draw knife, but you don't have to use that. You can use your knife and stick it to a bit of wood and put it along. But yeah, I've got to make the arrows up. A friend of mine actually had a lot of bamboo growing in his garden, which he chopped down for me. So he gave me quite a lot of that, and I'm going to make the arrows out of that. I'm going to be scouting this area probably in the morning, see if I can find a lot more feathers, because I found a few feathers around my hometown, but not enough. So they need to kind of be quite similar length and stuff like that, so you can work with them. So I'm going to keep looking for a few feathers, and then obviously got to make the arrows and the little points. So, but yeah, that's another project I'm going to be working on. But I haven't fired that bow, the survival bow, but it has got a bit of power to it. So I didn't let it sit. So I didn't let it sit for a bit. I just used it straight. But when you're doing bows on it, you really ideally want to let it sit for at least a month or more, you know, up to 2 years, 3 years. The longer it is, the better it will be, but I haven't got that long to wait, so I'm going to be finding one that I like and stick it in my mate's shed for about a month to 2 months and start the process then. So, but that'll be another video anyway, but let's enjoy this. Lovely. Morning guys, just coming up to 6 o'clock now, and I've just had some breakfast, hot dogs. Didn't really fancy dinner last night, so I just had a few cans and just called it a night really. Went to bed about 11:30. Slept pretty well in the hammock. The hammock does do well. The only thing I didn't like in it was the sleep pads, so I'll probably have to look into getting a underquilt for it. I had the wool blanket on. I was warm enough, didn't need it half of the night, but because it was so warm still. But what I'm going to do now is pack some of the gear up so I'm not here too late, and then I'll bring it back when I've done a bit of that. Well guys, just cleaned up, ready to head out now. It's 10 to 7, so it took me about 45 minutes to clean up. I've left no trace as usual. It's been a really good camp. I like the hammock. I'm going to probably look into getting a underquilt because the pad kept on moving, but other than that it was a really nice night, to be honest. Not cold. Looks like it's going to be a good day today, so I'm going to head out and enjoy the day now. But hopefully you enjoyed today's one, guys. I'm going to try and get them uploaded more often, so keep an eye out for that. And if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Aspire Roaming, so head over there. I post a lot more on there, so check that out. But until next time guys, cheers.